What's happening there, guys, and welcome back to Cars Insider. Who doesn't enjoy the thrill of driving? As much fun as driving can be, there are some people who make it dangerous for themselves and others around them. So in this video, we're taking a look at the 10 worst drivers in the world. Number 10. Stopping in the middle of the highway. When we think about highways, we're all envisioning a no-stopping zone with cars speeding by each other. When you're on a highway, there are only two rules you need to follow. Drive fast and pay attention. The minute you miss a turn or start going under the speed limit, there's a high chance you're putting yourself under risk. However, from the looks of it, it seems like people might have forgotten the risk of driving recklessly on a highway. In 2018, a Chinese driver possibly did the dumbest thing you can imagine on a highway. This driver was either busy with something else or just wasn't paying enough attention when he realized that he had missed his desired turn on the highway. Not only did he go in the wrong direction, this driver decided to switch lanes in the middle of the highway and reverse in the middle of it. Not only did he put himself at risk, but all the trucks that were behind him coming at a high speed also went berserk and slid off in the wrong direction, resulting in a chaotic accident. The driver, on the other hand, who made the mistake, stayed safe from all of this and seemed pretty oblivious to the entire situation. Number 9. Ultimate driving fail. Driving poorly and driving without paying any attention to your surroundings or even your own vehicle is another thing. For instance, this chit truck driver kept casually driving around town without lowering his chit truck. Naturally, something bad was bound to happen. As he was moving forward from a traffic light, the top of the tip truck collided with the traffic light. As if this wasn't bad enough, the driver seemed to remain oblivious as to what he had just done and kept on driving until the entire traffic light was taken down and thrown off the road. What's even crazier is that the driver still remained oblivious and kept driving as if nothing had just happened. Well, we guess some people really aren't looking at the road or even hearing the damage that they're causing while driving. Number 8. Driving in your lane? What's that? When driving on the road, there's one thing that you need to take care of more than anything if you want to avoid causing chaos on the road. Make sure you drive in your lane. Those white lines drawn on the road are meant for the purpose of letting cars drive in a systematic manner without causing any accidents. But for some people, it seems like these lanes mean nothing. This blue car driver was not just completely distracted, he was in no way or form driving anywhere inside of his lane. Or maybe we can say he was too inside his lane and was sticking to the extreme end of the lane while driving instead of driving in the middle of it. When the car came to a momentary stop at the crossroads, this driver, who apparently was living in his own world, literally drove over the sidewalk. You must be thinking how that might have caused some impact on the driver and caused him to stop the car, but in reality, this wasn't the case. The driver kept driving until he was in the middle of the crossroads and did the same thing again. Either he is fond of driving over sidewalks or he's a really bad driver. Do let us know what you think about this in the comments down below. Number 7. Indicator? We don't know what that is. When you're on the road, there are a few rules that you're supposed to follow, but for this truck driver, things seem to be different. While driving in the middle of the road, the driver decides to shift from the second lane to the fourth without turning on his indicator or giving any prior hints about changing lanes. Naturally, he bumped into the cars on the third and fourth lane, causing major accidents and destroying the cars in its way. Number 6. Driving without rules. This Asian Canadian driver seems to have no idea about what she's doing on the road and has absolutely no sense of traffic rules. From driving at her preferred speed limit to turning in the middle of nowhere, completely violating every single traffic rule and basically doing whatever she wants, this car's driver seems to have a grudge against her own car. We don't know how she got her driver's license, but anyone who pulls a stunt like this should not be allowed on the road anymore. Number 5. Crashing a car in the test run. Buying a car is a big deal for many people, and before you decide to commit to a car for the next few years of your life, it's important that you make sure that the car suits your needs and wants. This is probably why showrooms allow customers to take the car for a test drive before making the actual purchase. However, this Hyundai showroom probably regrets this option now that they've had their share of bad experiences with drivers who don't know how to drive carefully. A girl had shown up to the Hyundai showroom with her parents to purchase her first ever car, and after picking the car that she had liked, the workers at the showroom told her to take it out for a test drive. What happened next shows that the girl had no driving experience and probably shouldn't have been allowed in the driver's seat. Instead of getting the fuel warmed up, the girl pressed hard on the accelerator, which caused the car to jerk forward at a high speed. Not only did she make no effort to stop the car, the girl pressed further on the accelerator, causing the car to crash from the first floor window onto the ground floor and damaging 2 other cars in the way, after which it finally came to a stop. The girl was charged with $10,000 for all the damage she had caused. Number 4. Driving in the forest. When you're driving and you see a bunch of trees on the side, or maybe even an entire forest, you might slow down your car to marvel at the beauty of nature on your side. But things were slightly different for this car's driver. We're not sure if it was the trees that inspired him to do this, or perhaps it was his sheer unconsciousness that made him fall prey to the stupidity. A car driver can be seen driving normally on the road when all of a sudden it seems like he changed his mind and went off the road pretty quickly, driving straight into the trees on the side. We honestly can't understand what was going through his mind when he thought that perhaps driving through the forest would be a better idea than driving on the road. Maybe he's just into greenery a lot. Number 3. Driving with a death wish. Usually when a car is being driven and someone pushes into the car from behind, the car swerves off the road and ends up going in a different direction, but this car's driver seemed to be living in his own world and seemed like he had a death wish with the way he caused his car to have an accident. At first, the car can be seen driving around normally, but then all of a sudden, it seems like the driver had a change of plans and decided to turn left on a straight road and drive straight into the fence on the side of the road. Not only did he disrupt the traffic, his own car's glass got shattered and the body was damaged as well. Number 2. Stopping in the middle of the road. This car driver decided to take a break from driving in the middle of the road and stopped his car right in the center where all the roads were crossing each other. Not only did the car end up crashing into another one, even an ambulance got disrupted by this foolishness and almost swerved off the road. But the ambulance driver seemed to be a pro and quickly handled the situation. Number 1. Wheel on the road. Yes, we know what you're thinking, guys. Where else would a wheel be if not on the road? But this time, we mean literally an entire wheel on the road just by itself. This woman seemed to be in her own world when she kept going in circles in a small corner of the road and finally hit her car on the sidewalk, making an entire wheel come off the car. Well, we're pretty sure that even science can't explain what this woman was up to. And there you have it, guys. Here's our pick of the top 10 worst drivers in the world. Have you encountered someone with awful driving skills as bad as these guys? Let us know about your experience and what you think about these drivers in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this going forward. Until next time, take care and goodbye.